Hello, thank you so much for joining in today's practice. My name is Brianna, and today's practice will be a gentle practice, and we'll also do some restorative postures to wrap up our practice today. So to have on hand for gear, and have your, I happen to have a bolster here, but if you have a pillow or you can even stack a couple blankets on top of each other, I do have a blanket on hand. Feel free to use any gear that you may feel as though will help support your practice to the fullest. So thank you so much for joining, and let's go ahead and start by lying down. And have your legs maybe reached out nice and long, or maybe the soles of your feet are on the mat with your knees resting against one another. If you happen to have your pillow or blanket nearby, you can always roll it underneath or tuck it underneath your knees to provide a little bit of support. However this feels most comfortable in your body today. And as you begin to settle in, I invite you to soften your gaze. Draw in a nice big full inhale. Exhale, sigh it away. We'll do that twice more. Big full breath in. Exhale, sigh it away. One more time. Big full breath in. Exhale, sigh it away. Do the next few breath cycles. Just allow your breath to settle into its natural rhythm without trying to change or shift anything. Just allow your attention to be drawn into this present moment just as it is. And as you begin to arrive into this space, begin to notice how you arrive. Begin to notice any sensations that may or may not be present in your own physical body. Begin to notice the sensations of your body as it makes connection with the mat underneath you. With the next couple of breaths, I invite you just to check in with your body from head to toe. Just notice what you notice. And gradually shift your attention into your breath body. Begin to notice the quality of your inhales and exhales. And With the next couple of breaths, allow each inhale to begin to radiate into your entire body. Begin to allow each exhale to soften. Begin to create some space. As you begin to deepen your breath and allow it to expand into your body, begin to create a sense of unity within your breath and body. Observe from a place of compassion. Some days connecting with our breath and our body are easier than others. Just check in with where you are today and allow yourself to be present with anything that may show up for you. Bring your hands together at your heart, either palms together or maybe your hands rest on one another. And from this, place around your hands and heart. Come into a place that feels a little something like gratitude. And from this place of gratitude, bring to mind one thing that you are grateful for today. And we'll just hold this bit of gratitude in our hearts as we move through our practice. On your inhale, reach your arms overhead. Lengthen from fingertips to toes. Maybe stretch from side to side, front and back. On your next exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Still breathing your full, expansive breaths, allow your shoulders to soften. And with your knees and your hands, begin to make some small circles with your knees and hips. And reverse directions if you haven't already. Begin to combine your breath with your movement. And gently release, bring your feet to the mat. Reach your right toes up to the sky. Allow your hips, ribs, and shoulders to soften. Option 2, reach your left leg out nice and long, or maybe you keep it bent. It's completely up to you. Begin to find your breath, and as you do, bring some movement into your right foot. Point and flex, draw some circles with your toes. Big full breath in, and exhale, hug your knee into your chest. And pause for a moment, lengthen through the soles of both feet, activate both legs. Reach your left arm out to the side, and with your right hand and your right knee, begin to make some circles with your right hip. These circles may be small, or if it's in your body in practice, maybe your circles are a little bit bigger. Just explore your range of motion here. And when you find center, pause and then reverse directions. And the next time you find center, pause. Hug your knee in one more time, big full breath. And as you exhale, bring your left foot to the mat, right ankle to your left knee. Gently open up through your right side. Even out your hips and side waist, an option to rock your knees from side to side. Pause in anywhere that may need a little extra attention or support. then one more option to weave your hands through to your left hamstring. Hug your knees in. Breathe fully. Gently release. Bring both feet to the mat. Pause. Nice big full breath. And reach your left leg up to the sky. So we'll do all of that on the side B. Option to keep your right leg bent or reach it out nice and long. And just bring some movement into your left foot. Point and flex, draw some circles with your toes. One more big full breath here. And exhale, hug your knee into your chest. Reach your right hand out to the side. And with your left hand and your left knee, begin to make some hip circles on this side. One side's going to cooperate a little better, a little differently than the other, so honor that. And as you begin to explore your range of motion, make this movement your own. And the next time you find center, pause and then reverse directions. And the next time you find center, pause. Hug your knee in, lengthen through the soles of both feet. Breathe fully. And bring your right foot to the mat. Left ankle to your right knee. Open up through your left side, your other right side. Reach your hands out to the side. An option to bring some movement into your knees and hips here. And one more option to weave your hands through to your hamstrings, hug your knees in. Find your full and expansive breath. And gently release. Bring your knees into your chest. One more full breath here. And rock or roll your way to a most comfortable seated position. Option to sit onto a blanket if you find that's most supportive to you in the moment. And just allow your hands to touch down by your side. On your inhale, sweep your right arm up. Hinge on over to your left. Inhale, sweep your left arm up, hinge on over to your right. One more time on each side. Reach both arms up to the sky. Now as you exhale, hinge forward. Allow your breath to be full and expansive. On your inhale, come back to center. If your legs are crossed, switch the cross on your legs. One more time, let your hands touch down by your side. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, bring your left arm on top, right arm underneath. Give yourself a hug or pat on the back. 'Cause darn it, you deserve it. Allow your breath to be full and expansive. An option to stay Or you may lengthen through your elbows, maybe your arms stay crossed, your palms draw together, or maybe your hands parallel. Wherever you are, breathe fully. Big full inhale, open your arms up nice and wide, big reverse hug, sweep your arms on up, and then bring your right arm on top, left arm underneath, give yourself a second hug or pat on the back. Because most days we just need two of them. Option to pause here or lengthen through your elbows. Maybe draw your hands together on this side. Breathe fully. Your arms may parallel. It's up to you and your body in practice. One more full breath here. Now on your inhale, open your arms up nice and wide. Big reverse hug. Now as you exhale, reach your hands out in front. Gentle forward fold. Allow your breath to fill the entire back side of your body. Inhale, come back to center. And we'll shift onto hands and knees. Option to place a blanket underneath your knees if you find that's more comfortable and supportive for you. Allow your wrists to be underneath your shoulders or maybe they're a step forward. And with the rhythm of your breath, we'll bring some movement into your spine. So as you inhale, soften your belly, draw your heart and gaze forward and up. And exhale, round your spine to the sky. Draw your gaze towards your belly button. And a few more with your own breath. At your own pace. With the next few breaths, I invite you to move in any stretch or direction that feels best in your body. There's no right or wrong here. It's just exploring whatever you need in this time and space. And just another breath or so. And when you are ready, draw your toes together, widen your knees as much as is comfortable. Send your hips to your heels. If you would like a bit of support here, option to grab your blanket or your pillow or bolster, whichever one you happen to have nearby. And you can place that right in front of you. Just allow your upper body to come to rest on your supports. Or if you choose to touch all the way down onto the mat, that is an option also. We'll pause and breathe here for a few breaths. As you tap into the rhythm of your breath, see if you can expand each inhale into those spaces that may be gripping or holding on. See if you can allow yourself to be completely supported in this space. What adjustments can you make so that your body's fully supported? Just another breath or two here. And on your inhale, come back to center. So with our bolster, blanket, pillow, whatever support you happen to have, we're going to tuck it into our right hip. So we'll come onto our seat and we'll tuck our support into our right hip and have your legs be in this sort of like a figure 4 shape. So my right leg is bent in front of me and then my left leg is bent out to the side. My pillow is tucked into the right side of my hip. So take your hands, frame your pillow. Nice big full inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, gently roll onto your support. Allow your hands to touch down where they will. So option to keep your gaze straight ahead, or if it's in your spine, to add a little bit of a twist, you can do that as well. It's up to you. Whatever your body needs in this moment. We'll just pause and breathe here for just a couple breaths. With each breath, give yourself permission to soften into this space. And just another breath or two. And on your inhale, ever so mindfully, gently make your way back to center. And then we'll switch directions. So we'll tuck the bolster, blanket, pillow, whatever you happen to have, into your left hip. Allow your legs to make their formation to the right side of your body. And pause for a moment. So take care to set up in the most comfortable way possible. Allow your hands to frame your support, and as you exhale, roll onto your support. Create whatever space feels most comfortable for you, and just allow yourself to soften into this space. So again, your gaze may be straight ahead here, or if it's in your body in practice to twist and let your gaze go the other way, that's an option as well. So the idea of these restorative poses is that your body can fully be supported by not only the physical supports, but by your breath as well. And you begin to create space where there may be tension. You begin to create a sense of ease where there may be tightness. Your mind may wander and drift a lot, and that's okay. It's totally fine. Gradually bring your attention and awareness back into your breath. And just another breath or two here. On your inhale, use your hands to gently roll up one vertebrae at a time. Reach your legs out in front. So we'll reach our legs out nice and long. And take your bolster, pillow, blanket, whatever support you may have, and we'll bring it to our legs. We're going to come into a supported forward fold. I'll turn to the side just so you can see. So there's a couple ways that you can do this. Depending on your body and where you're most comfortable, you may have your support here, and that's completely fine. A couple more options if it's in your body in practice, to go down a little bit further, you may find this space, or one more option might be to go down just a little bit more, to be here. The idea is not to go to your fullest expression of this form, but to find where you are most comfortable without any sort of stress or without any sort of strain. So find that space, whatever it happens to look like for you. And just allow yourself to breathe into any stretching you may feel. And you may find that as you create space, you might want to adjust. And that's okay too. It's perfectly fine. Don't feel like you have to stay in any one position. Tap into your breath. Find your full three-dimensional breath. Allow it to expand into your back, into your side waist. And just a few more breaths here. On your inhale, ever so gently make your way back to center. Give your shoulders a little roll forward and roll them back. We'll set the bolster aside for just a moment. We'll come on to hands and knees. And pause for a moment. So check in with your hips, check in with your shoulders. Allow everything to be evenly spaced out. Create a sense of balance in your body. On your inhale, reach your right leg up and back behind you. And as you exhale, draw your knee through between your hands. So there's options here, always options. You may find that you don't need any support here and you just want to stay, that's completely fine. If you have your blanket or your pillow and you'd like to hinge forward onto it to create a little bit of space, you can do that as well. Remember, the idea is not to go to your fullest expression, but to create support in your body so that you can release anywhere that may be gripping or holding on. So I invite you to find that space of fullest expression and most easeful. And where are you most supported within your body? Again, tapping into your own breath, allowing it to be your anchor into the present moment. And just a couple more breaths here. Feel free to stay as long as you like in any of these poses. And ever so mindfully, bring your hands under your shoulders, create length in your spine. And just pause and breathe here for a few moments. And just another breath or two. And press into your hands ever so mindfully. Shift your right leg back. Find that space of center. Breathe fully here. And we'll shift to the other side. So reach your left leg behind you, big full breath in. And as you exhale, draw your knee through between your hands. Use a moment, set your foundation here in this space. An option to pause or begin to hinge forward onto any support you may like to have. Shift and adjust as you need to. We'll pause here for just a few more breaths. Again, feel free to stay as long as you like. When you're ready, try and lengthen your spine. Pause and breathe. And ever so mindfully press into your hands, lift your hips ever so slightly, draw your left leg back. Bring your toes together, widen your knees as much as is comfortable. One more time, sit your hips to your heels. Allow your upper body to find support on the mat underneath you. And on your inhale, come back to center. Swing your legs around to the front. Bring the soles of your feet together. And as you do, grab your blanket. You can use a pillow or a bolster here. You might want to play with it. We're coming into a reclined, bound angle shape. So feel free to adjust. I'll walk through using the blanket. So we'll make a nice little rectangle. An option to roll it up into that cannoli or burrito roll. Cannoli sounds really good right about now with some chocolate chips on there. All right, so we'll take whatever support you happen to have and we'll place it in line with our spine. So if your tailbone tends to be a little sensitive, you may want to sit on your blanket. If you find that having the blanket be a little further away from your back to create that support in your spine, absolutely play with this and figure out where you are most supported. And just bring your hands to your sides. Option to keep your legs in this diamond shape, or if it's a bit much, you can always just bring your feet to the mat with your knees resting against one another. This is really yogi's choice here, everybody. So feel free to honor you and adjust, adapt as you need to. With your hands out by your sides, feel free to shift and explore your range of motion here and find what your body needs. I like to have my arms in this sort of goddess arm shape. Creates the most space for my chest and my shoulders. Allows for openness through the heart, through my heart. That's up to you, whatever feels best. When you find that space of most ease, most comfort, give yourself permission to just soften here. And we'll breathe here for just a few breaths. See what adjustments you need to make so that you are most easeful, most supported in this space. Can you find a space where your breath can expand fully? We'll stay here for just another breath or two. And gently bring your knees together. Lower your hands by your sides. Pause and breathe for just a breath or so. And gently roll to one side. Grab your blanket or bolster, whatever you happen to have from underneath you, and keep it nearby. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat. And on your inhale, lift your hips ever so gently. Tuck the blanket underneath your hips to create a little bit of support, a little bit of cushion. We'll just pause in this supported bridge pose for just a couple of breaths. So if you have other gear nearby that creates a little bit more lift, feel free to adjust and play with that. Your legs may stay as deeply bent as they are, or if it's in your body and practice, option 2, walk your legs out nice and long. Just be incredibly mindful of your lumbar spine and your low back. Sometimes this can be a bit much of a tilt in your pelvis, so just honor your body exactly as it is. Just another breath or two here. And option to keep that little bit of support underneath your low back. One knee at a time, lift your legs, and then bring your feet to the sky. So we're coming into this supported inversion here. We'll use the next couple of breaths to pause and breathe here. Bring any movement that your body may need in this time and space. Just another breath or two. And ever so mindfully, carefully, gently, make your way back to the earth. If you have that support underneath you, gently lift your hips, remove the support. And as your pelvis begins to touch down, ever so gently connect your tailbone into the earth. So you're gently exaggerating the curve, the lumbar curve in your spine. And with that connection to the earth through your tailbone, just hug your knees into your chest. And with the next few breaths, I invite you to bring any movement, stretch, or direction that feels best in your body. Whatever you need in this time and space. When you feel as though your practice is as complete as it's going to be, settle into your relaxation form, whatever that may look like. And as you settle into the space, shift in any way so that your body is most comfortable. And as you find that space of maximum comfort and ease, allow your gaze to soften. Draw in a nice big full inhale. Exhale, side away. And just allow yourself to settle into this space. Tap into your breath as your anchor into this present moment. Nowhere to be, nothing to do. Just to check in with your breath. Just as it is. Each time you notice your attention begin to wander and drift, ever so patiently bring your awareness and attention back to your own breath, into your own body. And feel free to stay in this space for as long as you like. I'll guide us through the completion of our practice, but this is your practice, so stay and feel free to complete your practice whenever you're ready. Gradually allow your breath to deepen. Bring movement to your fingers and your toes. Rock your head from side to side. On your inhale, reach your arms overhead, lengthen from fingertips to toes, maybe let go of a sigh or a yawn. Hug your knees into your chest. And pause. Hold gratitude in your heart for your body is perfect as it is, and for this time that you have given yourself today. And with the next couple of breaths, make your way to a most comfortable seated position. We're going to finish our practice today with a mudra, or a hand gesture. Pranidhana mudra. It is a hand gesture of surrender, letting go. So with your hands, bring your middle finger and ring finger together. I know it's sort of hard to see. And then bring your thumb so that it cradles just the fingernails of your middle finger and ring finger. Allow your thumbs to stick out, and as you do, bring your pinky, your index finger, and your thumbs all together. And your thumbs may touch, maybe they separate out a little bit. This would be the truest variation of this hand mudra, or this hand gesture. If at any time this mudra doesn't resonate with you, feel free to let it go. Let go of the mudra of letting go. And I invite you to say to yourself the following mantra. As I let go of the need to control, my life becomes an effortless flow. One more time. As I let go of the need to control, my life becomes an effortless flow. As I learn to let go more easily, I naturally live with a greater sense of ease and harmony. As I learn to let go more easily, I naturally live with a greater sense of ease and harmony. Pranidhana Mudra, the gesture of surrender. So I invite you to place your hands together at your heart. Lower your chin, draw your gaze inward, come into a place that feels a little something like gratitude. And from this place of gratitude, bring to mind one thing that you are grateful for. On your inhale, sweep your arms overhead, palms together. Honor yourself, those around you, and your yoga practice. Exhale, hands to your forehead, that your thoughts may bring peace to yourselves and those around you. To your lips, that your words may bring peace to yourselves and those around you. And to your hearts, that your actions may bring peace to yourselves and those around you. Thank you all so much for being here today. I hope you have a really beautiful rest of your day. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you.